world. Okay, there was a very happy people tonight. Tonight we cared for each other, helped each other, and showed respect for each other in every way. For as long as anyone remember, it was like one big happy family. Life was good, and they all worked together to make sure that there was always enough food, there was always enough to go around. No one ever pushed, no one shoved, no one seemed to get angry, and no one ever tried to take anything from anyone else. In the night, whenever a man and woman fell in love, everyone got together and helped to build a strong root, make materials from the earth. Every time this happened, it was such a joyous occasion, and there would be a great celebration, and send all his servants out to all parts of Zanai to convince all the Zanai people to do work for him. Nastalio taught his servants clever ways in which they could control the Zanai people, with carefully chosen words and promises, and also with seeds. Seeds which the Zanai people could only get after doing some work set by a servant. Nastalio also made his servants put up barricades and fences all around Zanai. So the only way that Zanai people could feed themselves was with seed. Very soon the whole land changed, and many of the dreams that the Zanai people had were forgotten. At the end of each day, you get it there. Some of the other workers complained amongst themselves about how lazy each other. Luca never joined in though. Luca had special plans. He wanted his mind to be clear and free from anything that didn't help him. And the same thing started happening to the people in Zanai. Word spread to many of the lands far, far away about how popular seeds are. People thought that he was a bit crazy. They thought he was, he wasn't doing the right thing. He was wasting good seeds is what they thought. But Peluca was happy to split his seeds into 3 piles. This way, he could make sure that his family could still eat, and if he lost some of the seeds, there was still some there for him. Most people would have given up, but Peluca kept trying. And one day he would find the right place for his seeds to make them grow, and he was right. One day he found a place not too far from where some of Nastalio's people stayed, and he put his seeds in place. 3 years later, Richa was still working hard. In fact, he was working even harder than before, and he still was giving the new outsiders more seeds for his work. But one day, he couldn't get any more seeds because Richa started to feel sick. So he couldn't feed them, have a field of these trees, and that everyone had enough seeds for each other. A lot of the Zanai people loved the idea and agreed to help in any way they could see how it made their lives much easier in the future if they were together. Of course, at first, Richo wanted to help, but when he started to realize how happy and excited everyone had become, he felt left out. In fact, he realized that even if he did want to help, he couldn't, especially if he continued doing what he was doing. Working after the sun went behind the mountains didn't seem to be helping much. He still used whatever seeds he had left at the end of every single day to make soups and pies to fill his belly full. He was so used to doing what he was doing, he was actually afraid of changing. He felt stuck in his place. So what would you do if you were Grisha? Do you think you could change? Meanwhile, Peluco continued to encourage the Zanai people to look for good places for their own seeds. And as the years went on, many of the Zanai people didn't have to work hard, and it's something I would have liked to be part of their community. They lived life simply and with joy, love and respect for each other. Seeds could be seen as a good thing or a bad thing in the community. A polluter and enricher had two completely different stories, even though they were getting the same amount of seeds. So how is your story looking at movement?